Hi, hello to everyone. This is Dr. Satheesh Kumar, working as an associate professor in the Department of Information Technology at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So, in this session, just we are going to discuss about the first order logic in artificial intelligence. So, first, just we will see what is the first order logic. So, what the purpose is, we are going to see the first order logic, especially in artificial intelligence. So, in the previous video, just I have given the clarity about proportional logic in artificial intelligence. How we are going to getting some proportional logic based on this different syntaxes, different semantics, different notations, different connectivity. How we are going to making some new sentence using the proportional logic. So in the proportional logic, just I given the two types of proportional logic, that is atomic proportional and composite proportional. Okay, so the atomic proportional means is a simple proportional, simple sentence. Just we are going to making some problem statement if you are using the term proportional logic. If it, in a composite proportional, just difficult to create some proportional using some particular statement. So for that just we are going to introduce a new concept in a first order logic in artificial intelligence to compress or to compose computing composite the proportional. So let us see just how we are going to make some composite proportional using the first order logic concept. So in this, first just we are going to see the first order logics in artificial intelligence. So what is our first order logic? So what the purpose is, we are going to see the first order logics concepts in artificial intelligence machines. The next we will see the different types of the first order logic. Okay, the simple two types of there in the first order logic. So you will see in the last. Okay, so let us start. So what the purpose that we are going to see the first order logic in artificial intelligence means in the topic of the proportional logic. Just in the previous section, just I said about the propositional logic. Okay, so using that one, just we are going to represent the sentence or a statement using this proportional logic. But unfortunately, in proportional logic, just we can only represent the fact. Okay, so in proportional logic, just we are going to represent only some facts only, some fact. Okay, here just we could not represent some objective, some functions, some predicate logics in some proportional logic. So in the using the first order logic, just we are going to introduce some objectives, some objects, some special functions, some predicate or logics, etc. Okay, so which are either true or false. Only just we have given the statement is true or false in the first order. In the proportional logic. Okay, so the proportional logic is not sufficient to represent the complex sentence. That is a composite sentence. If it is a composite sentence, what is a composite sentence? Either it is given the statement, it will produce positive or negative. That is a true or both a true or false. If it is so, the proportional logic is not enough to represent the given statement is either it is true or false. Okay, the proportional logic has a very limited expansive power. Okay, so consider the following sentence. Just the following sentence, just you are given the example sentence. Some humans are intelligent. Okay, here just note it down. Some humans are intelligent. If it is so, it is a composite sentence. Okay, either it will give true or either it will give the false also. If it is so, here just we can't tell that the given the statement is proportional logic. Okay, now we are going to, because it's some object. Okay, here the some humans are intelligence or some objectives. Okay, so that objectives are present over this statement. Okay, so with the help of the first order logic, this we are going to represent the that objectives, what are the functions of the particular statement that we are going to represent. Okay, so or Sachin likes a cricket. Okay, so both the sentence are having some objectives. So in the objectives, if you are using the PL, that is proportional logic, it just we could not represent a particular statement whether it is true or false. So the represent the above statement, the PL logic is not sufficient. So we are required to some more powerful logic. Okay, so here the powerful logic is we are going to tell that the first order logic, that FOL. FOL is nothing but the first order logic. Okay, so it is some mathematical representation, some special function or some special objectives, some objects we are going to use to represent the given the statement based on the representation. Okay, based on that and knowledge. Okay, so here thus we are going to introduce a first order logic to represent the given statement is true or false based on their objects or objectives or functions or predicate logic. Okay, so the next one, just exactly, just I'm going to tell that what is first order logic in artificial intelligence. So everyone know that what is the first order logic in a mathematical representation. Okay, so here just I'm going to give the brief explanation about the first order logic in artificial intelligence. So here, so what is the first order logic? It is another way. Okay, so first order logic is another way of knowledge representation. Okay, so here is another way of representing the given the statement and artificial intelligence is using that first order logic. Okay, already I said that PL, that proportional logic is also represent something about the particular statement. The given statement is a true or false. Okay, so it is already said it is not sufficient to represent this given the statement is true or false using the proportional logic. Okay, here we need some additional impressive logic like the first order logic to represent the given statement whether it is true or false based on their objective or functions and some predicate. Okay, so simply the first order, what is the first order logic? It is another way of knowledge representation in artificial intelligence. It is an expansive to proportional logic. Okay, so it is an extension of your proportional logic. Okay, because of the FOL, we have the additional features. Okay, so the FOL is the first order logic. The first order logic is sufficiently expressive to represent the natural language statement in the consistent way. Okay, consistent way, just we are going to express the given the statement. Okay, so the first order logic, if it is the first order logic, is also known as this. We are going to call the first order logic in another way also. That is what is mean by and that predicate logic or first order predicate logic. Okay, so the simply we are going to call the first order logic is predicate logic. Okay, so if it is predicate logic or a first order logic is both the same. Okay, so we will call it as a predicate logic as a first order logic, or otherwise the first order predicate logic. Okay, the first order logic is a powerful language to develop the information about the object. Okay, already said that we are going to represent the first order logic from the given the statement based on their object and functions. Okay, so object in a more easy way and can also express the relationship between those objects. Okay, so just what are the different objects are going to be present in the statement. Okay, so what are the relationship about the particular objects. Okay, everything is we are going to represent the using the first order logic in artificial intelligence. Okay, so the next one, the first order logic statement can be divided into two parts. Okay, so the first, if you are going to represent the given statement in a first order logic, just we have to follow the two parts in the statement. Okay, the first one is a subject. Okay, so what is the subject? A subject is the main part of your statement. Okay, so it is the main part of your statement, right? The second one is the predicate. Okay, so what is the predicate? The predicate can be defined as a relations which binds two atoms together in a statement. Just we are going to take the some what that particular subject is represent in the particular statement, that we are going to indicate as some predicate. Okay, so consider the statement x is an integer. Okay, so it contains the two parts. Okay, the first part X is the main subject of your first order logic. Okay, the second part is it is an integer. Okay, so that one is we are going to indicate as a predicate. So given the diagram, it will be represented as like this. Okay, so this is the X is it's going to be represented as a subject. Okay, so what main subject are going to be represented in this statement, that is going to be represented as the subject. Okay, the remaining thing. So what is that subject going to be represented? Okay, by the first order logic, how it will be represented for the particular subject, that is called as the predicate logic. Okay, so here just now we are going to use one syntax. Okay, so what is the syntax? That syntax means the syntax of the first order logic. Okay, here just already said, just this the first order logic we are going to represent based on that functions and some predicate. Okay, so now we are going to write one syntax for the first order logic. Okay, the term 1 comma term 2 up to term n. Okay, so now yes, we are going to represent the function in outside. So what are the terms are presented over the statement? So we are going to use the inside the function. Okay, the next one predicate. Here the same term 1, term 2, term n. Okay, so these are some specific syntax of your first order logic. Okay, here just an example. Just I'm going to consider X is a Gale. Okay, so this one is a simple example. Just now I'm going to write one statement using the first order logic based on the function and the predicate. Okay, so already given this one basic structure of your first order logic. So here S is a subject. Here X is a subject. Okay, so now that X, what is the X? Just we are going to represent, right? So here the Gale is a predicate. So the Gale is the predicate of your statement X. Okay, so the main subject of your first order logic is X. Okay, so now just we are going to write some first order logic here. So here the Gale of X. So X is a Gale. Just now we are going to give the some sentence. Sentence like some first order logic. Just we are going to write on a proportional logic using the first order logic. Okay, so here X. So X is what? It is a one Gale. Okay, the X is going to be represent one Gale. Okay, so the first order logic is the Gale of X. Okay, so like this, just we are going to represent on a first order logic in the given statement. Okay, so like this, that only that we are going to represent here in the diagram oriented. The X is a subject, so the remaining the sentence, the statement is which one is going to be represent a particular subject, that is a predicate. Okay. Like this, just we are going to represent one first order logic in artificial intelligence. So like this way only, just that artificial intelligence machines are going to be predicate. Okay, I'm going to analyze one statement how it will be represent using the first order logic concept. Okay, so the next one, just we will see the word. Sometimes the first order logic they are going to tell that it is a natural languages. Okay, so if it is so, it is like a natural language. The first order logic is like a natural language. It does not only assume that the word contained a fact like a proportional logic. Okay, does not contain only that. It does not assume only that proportional logic. Okay, sometimes the given statement is having some object or some functions, some a relationship among that object and function. So that also we are going to be represent. Okay, so like that is a kind of fact of proportionality, but also assume that the following things in the given the statement. Okay, so the first one is objects. So different objects are going to be represent the particular statements. So what is that one? Some A, say maybe some A, some variable A, some B, some people or numbers or colors, some wars. Okay, something, some etc. So this one you are going to represent as a object of your statement in a first order logic. Okay, the next one is relations. So relationship means what is the relationship between the two functions. Okay, already said in the first order logic that will be going to be represent. So what is the relationship between the two objects, that also going to be represents if you are using the first order logic in the given statement in artificial intelligence. So it can be unary relation such read, round and adjacent, or any relation such as the sister of a father of sister of a brother of father of or comes between. Okay, so between the object, so what is the relationship? Okay, two different objects are present over in a single statement. So what is the relationship between that particular given statement, that are also going to be represented in the first order logic. Okay, so here the main part is a function. Okay, so what is a function? Just between the different objects, just a father of, a best friend, third innings of, and end of. Okay, like this there are going to be. So what are the specific functions are going to be represented in the particular given a statement, that also the first order logic will be represent, right? So here that's already we know the previous class itself. Just I said some different syntax, some semantics and inference analysis also happen in the first order logic in artificial intelligence. So here the natural language in the first order logic have two main parts. Okay, the first one is a syntax. Okay, second one is a semantics. So syntax is what, some specific symbol we are going to represent. Or otherwise the specific symbol just we are going to use to represent the particular given statements. Okay, the difference between the objects, different objects. So what are the syntaxes we are going to use to represent the first order logic in artificial intelligence. Okay, so different syntax, the different connectivities just we have seen already, right? Okay, and operation or operation. Okay, for some all, or otherwise for all. Okay, so what are some relations, some implies. Okay, some bidirectional, some conditional, some conjunction, some dissection, just everything. Just we have seen the different connections to represent the first order or proportional logic in artificial intelligence. Semantics means from the existing statement, so we are going to create one new statement and some inferences, some instance from the old statement. Alright, that was in a semantic. Okay, so the next the first order logic, some basic elements are we are going to be represent here. Okay, already we know what are the different elements just we are going to use, or what are the different syntax we are going to use to represent the first order logic in artificial intelligence. So just for your reference, just I given the few things. Okay, so following are the basic elements of first order logic syntax. Okay, so it is constant means as always just we know that some integers, some characters, some variables, so having some constant values. So 1 to A, John or Mumbai, cat, etc. Okay, if you are having the single characters or double characters, that are going to be considered as some constant values. Then variables x, y, z, and a, b, something or the variables, so some in the first order logic, some predicate. Okay, so what are the predicates? Some brother, father and brother of, son of, mother of. Okay, so some conjunction also we are going to be representing the special syntax in the first order logic as a predicate. Okay, the function. Okay, that is a square root, a left leg of a right leg of. Okay, if then, and then if and only if. Something, some specific function just we are going to mention in between the first order logic statements. Okay, some connectivities. The different connectivities already we know what are the different connectivities we are going to use in the first order logic, right? Conjunction, disjunction, and negation. Okay, conditional, biconditional, and everything. Okay, then equality, just double equal to. Okay, so A double equal to b means just we are going to represent the one value, we are going to represent the other value. So a value going to be represent the b value also, or else we are going to shifting a value into the b, like that we are going to represent the equality. Then quantifier, here the for all, for some. Okay, so for quantifiers and separately we have the two types. Okay, one it is universal and the second one is existence. Okay, the both quantifiers just we will discuss by the next class, how it will be for all or for some, how we are going to represent the all the first order logic in the quantifier. Just we will see in the by and the next video. right? So these are the some special syntax just we are going to use for representing the given statement in the first order logic in artificial intelligence. Okay, the next one is some atomic sentences, complex sentences. So, complex sentences is nothing but the composite proportional. So, already we know that in proportional logic, just we have here two classifications, that atomic proportional and complex proportional. In the first order logic also, just we have two classifications. The first one is atomic sentences and complex sentences. So, atomic sentences are simple sentences. Okay, the simple sentence just we are going to predicate, right, using the first order logic. Okay, so atomic sentence are most basic sentence in the first order logic, as the sentence are formed from a predicate, simple, followed by a some parenthesis within the sequence of terms. Okay, already given the basic syntax of a predicate and a function, just how we are going to write. Okay, predicate of some terms just we are going to mention how from the term syntax how we are going to write the first order logic using the given the statement. Already I given some examples already. X is a girl, so which one is a subject, which one is a predicate, how we are going to write on first order logic from that example also I given. Just go through that one if you have any doubt. The same. Okay, so atomic sentences means the simple sentences just we are going to represent to write the first order logic in artificial intelligence. Okay, so by the next class, just I will give the different example for how we are going to write the first order logic given the from the given sentence using the different connectivities, different equal to the different quantifiers. All right. We can represent the atomic sentence as a predicate. Okay, so here the atomic sentences we are going to represent in the predicate logic. Okay, so the predicate of term 1, term 2 up to term n. Okay, so example just here the Ravi and Ajay are brothers. Okay, so if it is so, just we are going to use some conditional sentence, the brothers of Ravi. Okay, brothers. Okay, who is a brother? Ravi, and who is a brother? Ravi, and Ajay is a brother. Right. So in this way, just we are going to write one first order logics. Okay, the Zinky is a cat. Okay, who is a cat? Zinky. The cat name is a Zinky. So here Zinky is a subject, and the what is a predicate? The cat. Okay, so now we are going to write the predicate as a cat here, the some objective, some terms is here a Zinky. So the predicate of some terms that we are going to write. So here the cat is a predicate and the Zinky is here the term. So like this, just a first order like this, we are going to write here. Okay, so next one is what is the complex sentences. So here just we are going to use the different objectives, some functions, some predicate logics to represent this some complex sentence using the first order logic. Okay, so the complex sentences are made by combining atomic sentences using connectivities. Right, so here just we are going to represent some complex sentences also using the same the simple sentences. Right, as simple sentence is nothing but as atomic sentences. Okay, using the different connectivities, that is for some or for all. Okay, conjunction, disjunction, conditional, biconditional, negation, like that. Is just we are going to using the different connectivities. We are going to represent the complex sentence in the sentences also in the first order logic. Right, so by the next class, yes, I will give the different examples of how we are going to write the one complex sentences in using the first order logic, using the different connectivities of for all and for some and get sorry and or by some implies some by conditional everything. Okay, this we will learn about the particular complex sentence by the next class with the different example. Okay, so here just given the some textbook, some reference books, some references. Just I'm going to take for explaining the first order logic. Just if you are having any additional doubts, just you can post the comments in the comment box, and just I will clarify. Just if you are having any specific doubts, if you are having need any materials, just go to take the textbook and some web references also. So we will meet some new concepts by the next class. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.